All right, you're watching the Power Hour. I'm your host, DJ Larry Jones, and my next guest was accused of stalking one of the most famous singers in the world, and that's Chris Brown. She's here to tell her side of the story, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Angela. Angela, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Thank you so much for joining me on the show today. Now, you've been all over social media accused of stalking Chris Brown. I would like to hear your side of the story.
Okay. Well, first of all, he. Okay. So first of all, he's been in the game for 20 years, right? And he's got hundreds of shows. I started going to shows like 2021, oh, from 2017 to now 2024. Out of all those years, how many years is that? What, 9 years? I don't know the math, whatever. I only went to seven shows, seven events. So I don't know how that makes me a stalker, but there's a underlying like community. We call it Toxic Team Breezy. We got Team Breezy and Toxic Team Breezy, and those people have been after me for like 2 years since the Discord. Like they would block me, make fun of me, like when we would do stuff, do poetries and stuff like that. They always was like trying to make me out to be a stalker or something that I wasn't. So when I finally had my meet and greet picture, that was their time.
Hold on, chat. Hold on, chat. Is that? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. I don't know if it's there or not. Hold on. Sorry. I gotta. Oh, no. All right. Okay.
And then I had a moment where, I had that video where I was kind of drunk and upset from what happened at an event. And so they just chopped it and screwed it and edited it, make it look crazy. They that's like a 30-minute video that they chopped down to like 30 seconds. And what else happened? Yeah, they talk about like everybody he does pictures with, they talk about them. So it's really just jealousy and envy, and they all teamed up and they all like tagged him. These are the same people that when I go to events, they're recording me, they're trying to fight me. So it's all just like a underground thing to like destroy me
Fight you for
because
what?
I never kissed up to I guess the pseudo celebrities, the ones who have like the moms following them and the most followers, like the Team Breezy fan clubs. And because I didn't like fall in line, that's what they did to me, because all of it is
So
live.
there's no stalking going on at all.
Nah. How's that?
Okay,
How's that stalking? I mean, I go to events.
right, right. So now it was an incident where you ended up at his house. Can you talk about that?
I was never at his house. I was never at his house. The one clip, the only thing that's going around, they're saying that the open house that I think his neighbor was selling the house. I think like a year ago, 2 years ago, when I lived in Encino. I lived in Northridge. I lived in that area, the San Fernando Valley. And like I said before, I was doing like Lyft and Uber and stuff like that. So I was always around. That's my area. He doesn't stay like in like what you would think he'll be at. Like his next door neighbor, the person who had the open house, they were a car rental company. You know what I'm saying? So he lived amongst like regular people, doctors and lawyers. It wasn't like that.
How would you
So
know
when it was
that?
an open house, I was just interested to go see. First of all, it's a multi-million-dollar house I've ever been into one. People window shop all the time. It's not a crime. And the fact that it was next to his house, it wasn't nothing that made me, oh no, I'm definitely not gonna go. I was like, shoot, I'm definitely going to go. Especially being a fan. This is an opportunity. I'm gonna go. I called the lady. She said it's open to the public. Like I did nothing wrong. Like I did nothing illegal. I didn't go then when I went up to there. I didn't go and jump his fence or do nothing crazy. So what I don't understand is why I'm getting all this slack for going to an open house, a legal open house, and going to events. concerts and events. I don't understand.
Because you're fucking weird. That's why. Because you're a fucking adult. What are we talking about here? You went to an open house that I'm sure was a multi-million-dollar property. You went to an open house because it was next to Chris Brown's house. First of all, how do you even know where Chris Brown lives? What the How do you know where he lives if you're not stalking him? Secondly, why were you going to an open house for a house that you can't afford? You had no intent on buying the home at all. You went to an open house specifically because it was next to Chris Brown's house. I'm pretty sure it's plenty of $1 million homes that you can take a walk through during an open house. You chose that one. Come on, man. Let's finish this up. We're gonna make this real quick.
Now, talk about. Now, I've heard. I haven't followed much of it. I've just, only seen what I've seen on social media. There were threats made about his dancers or whatever the case is.
And I sent you the unedited video. Like I said, that video is like 30 minutes long.
Okay.
Throughout the video, I'm talking about a lot of stuff. I had just went to an event July 5th at the Dome, and like I was humiliated. Like they treated me, not really him, but like the crowd, just the environment. And then, I was just talking. I never threatened Chris, and I never threatened his dancers. I was talking about the scenario, like literally, it's just like this. If I said, I was walking down the street, I was walking with my dog, and I killed a bug, and they chopped and screwed it that said I was walking on the street and I killed a dog. That's what they did to my video. Anybody who saw my video, I got like 80,000 people who watched the video. They're all like, we're sorry. We're like, we can tell you went through something. We can tell what happened. They said the person who edited the video, they're wrong as hell because they purposely chopped and screwed it to make it seem like I want to kill him. I want to kill that. Like, let me not even say that. Let me be careful before that's chopped and edited. Yeah. But that's why I have mine recording over here. But I never said that. Like, I really love Chris a lot. I really have a lot of respect for him. Like, he changed my life for the better. And he really was, like, the only person in my life that ever gave me, like, encouraging words, like, through radios and interviews and things like that. And because of him, like my whole life has changed. Even before this, like, I became a stronger person. So I would never threaten his life or his dancers or anything. I was just talking about my experience, how I was embarrassed, how, his dancer, like, it was a lot. It was a lot that happened that.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. And this dude is not asking none of the questions that I would have asked if I was doing it, because I would have got straight to the shit. I would have gotten straight to the shit. Yo, why are you fucking stalking this dude? Why are you stalking Chris Brown? These crazed fans, and the interesting thing about it is that if it was the other way around and it was a dude that was stalking a female celebrity, going to open houses that was next to her home, looking out the window and you looking through the fucking blinds at Chris Brown's house when you supposed to be touring the home. If it was the other way around, that dude would be dragged and possibly investigated by authorities. But because it's a woman stalking a dude, no one cares. You named yourself. You actually went on Instagram, chose to create a profile, and then named that profile Chris Brown's wife, 777. But you're not a stalker? I don't even know if she's a she. Honestly, I'm not even convinced by the titties. I saw them sitting there, but I don't know if that, I don't know. You just never know these days. Something is off. Something is off. Aside from the mental aspect of this, something is off with her physical appearance. I don't know. Anyway, she says that she's been blocked by Chris Brown. I don't blame her. I would have blocked your ass too, because you weird. So she says she's been blocked, right? But she got mad because people were labeling her as a stalker. And so she decided to take legal action. This is what she says: falsely labeling me a stalker without legal basis. No arrests, police report, or restraining order. It's defamation. Spreading these false claims has damaged my reputation and has caused harassment. No, you damaged your own reputation by naming yourself Chris Brown's wife 777. And you don't even know that fucking man. Spreading these false claims has damaged my reputation and caused harassment, public humiliation, and professional harm. No, you publicly humiliated yourself and you're still doing it. Why in the hell would you still be following somebody who blocks you personally? They don't even like you. He don't want to deal. He don't want nothing. Chris Brown don't want nothing to do with you. Him blocking you shows us that. But you still follow him. She said those responsible will be held accountable through legal action. Well, let's get to it. This is weird. I'm not gonna hold y'all. This is weird. I don't know what I'm looking at. Shut up. I don't know what I'm looking at. She's turned off all the comments on every one of her videos because I'm pretty sure she had a lot of people coming to her telling her like, yo, cut this shit out. You too old for this shit. You grow up. She has Chris Brown posted on damn near every line. He's posted all over her page. Let me show you something else. One more thing before we get out of here. We're gonna make this real quick.
The one that Beyonce fired, she finally have a chance. She was been mad since February. And Chinese New Year was wearing red, and Lucky You Buck came on. I guess I got the club crunk, but I'm just being myself. God damn, I'm not competing with you. I'm not trying to be a better dancer than you, Miss Professional Dancer who dances for Chris Brown and Beyonce. I haven't been in professional school. I'm not a backup dancer for a celebrity. I'm just fucking, oh, this song is good. Let me get up and dance. And she want to get up and dance and she put a microphone to her ass. You can hear it clap. I'm like, bitch, you've been waiting for this moment? Like, she's a loser. They're fucking get on my nerve. I'm just like, I'm tired of this shit. I just not. I'm so boy. I see why people get guns and run up in the motherfucking dog. I kept looking at everybody. I was remembering everybody's face. Man, wait till I get my money right. I don't care what I gotta do. If I gotta join a gang, if I gotta do some mob shit, fucking damn.
But you're not a stalker. This thing is up here making idle threats, talking about grabbing a gun and running up on Chris Brown's dancers. But you're not a stalker. But you're not crazed. You look absolutely fucking insane. Chris Brown posted this, by the way. This came directly from Chris Brown's. Chris Brown himself posted this video. In other words, to say, look at this crazy hoe right here. This thing is a stalker. This is what she wrote. Chris, thank you. I saw the signs, the synchronicities, the winks, the girls in your videos dressed like me, standing in the same spots I stood, wearing what I wore. The timing was too specific to be coincidence. I felt like you were showing love in your own way. What the fuck, yo? What is happening? What is happening? But I didn't get it at first. I just recently went back and started really seeing it. I'm still confused, still overwhelmed, but I'm finally starting to understand. And now I wonder if other people picked up on it before I did. Maybe that's why I was met with so much jealousy, so much hate when I showed up in public, in the clubs. People recognized something I hadn't fully grasped yet. And I walked straight into the lion's den without even knowing. What, bro? I stayed quiet because I didn't want to jump to conclusions. I didn't want to look crazy or delusional. You could have fucking fooled me. Mission failed. Mission failed. But they called me that anyway. Yeah, I wonder why. If those were your breadcrumbs, your way of reaching out, I'm sorry I didn't catch on sooner. Maybe that was the most you could give. If so, thank you. I just wish there had been more protection, more clarity, more communication, something. I'm not chasing you. I'm just trying to understand what happened because whatever this was, it changed everything. Hashtag Chris Brown, hashtag Team Breezy. Yo. It says that she's pulling up with the whole lawsuit. The woman who swears Chris Brown was secretly sending her messages through his music videos is now taking him to court. 3 days ago, Sis poured her heart out online, thanking Chris for what she believed were hidden signs just for her. She claimed the girls in his videos were just like her, stood where she stood and wore what she wore. She said the timing was too perfect to be random, and she thought it was his way of showing love. Now, she's flipped the script and filed a lawsuit, accusing Chris of invasion of privacy, putting her in a false light. According to court docs, Angela Relaford said Chris reposted a video of her with creepy devil music, her mugshot, and a caption making it seem like she wanted to harm him and his dancers. That's what you said. You said that you thought about getting a gun, that you were memorizing the faces of all the dancers there and running up in there and shooting everybody. I'm sorry, you said that you could see why people do it. And then you went into detail about how you would go about it. She said the post was seen by his 145 million followers and it ruined her reputation, brought on harassment from fans, and made her life a nightmare. Your life was already a fucking nightmare. Look at you. Look at you. You already a nightmare.